Welcome to Banquet Breakdown.
I'm Jack.
I'm Sarah.
And we break down fictional relationships so you don't have to.
Welcome back to our next episode. Jack, what's your sip today?
I'm drinking ginger ale.
Nice. Good choice.
I really think at this point Canada Dry needs to sponsor us.
I think so too.
We have had ginger ale on, if not every episode, every other episode for sure.
Yeah. Canada Dry, if you're listening, we'll tag you in the comments.
Yeah, we will. We should.
We would love to have a lifetime supply. And we would advertise every single time.
Yeah. As if we don't already.
Yes, exactly.
What's your sip?
Peppermint tea. Wow. I know. I think this is the first time I've had peppermint tea. I'm feeling cozy, you know?
Yeah.
Cozy
vibes. Need to chill out a little.
I think so.
Because it's late in the evening and we get a little chaotic in the evening, apparently.
We do. Deep breaths. I need to calm myself a little bit. Yes.
Yeah. Hence the peppermint tea, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are we talking about today?
Ooh, okay. Well, we are talking about my big fat Greek wedding.
I like how you said that.
Mine, but yeah. And I have a confession to make.
What is your confession?
I was sure that I had seen the first movie. I have never seen it because I just watched it a week ago to prep for this episode.
Okay, so you have seen it now.
Now I've seen it.
I was like, we're about to talk about this. You haven't even seen it?
No. But I was convinced because we had it on our list and I was like, yeah, sure. I have only ever seen the second one.
With their daughter?
Yeah. That's the only one that I have seen all the way through. And I don't know why. And I honestly blame my mother. So Mother, I know that you're watching these. This is your fault.
Oh my goodness.
Because she loves these movies and we talk about this. We quote the Windex guy. I know the quotes. we have all the quotes and I feel like maybe I've only seen snippets of it, but maybe online is where I've seen it from.
Maybe.
But I was sure that I had seen the first one. And then as I was watching it, I was like, I don't remember any of this. And I'm positive that I have never watched it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Yeah. So this will be an interesting episode because I'm kind of like, oh, wow. I had no idea. Everything, all of my references, I was thinking of the second one. So,
wow, interesting.
I know.
That is so funny.
But you love this movie too.
I do, yes. Okay, so one of the reasons we put this on the list is because it's one of those feel-good rom-coms, honestly. And I think the world needs more of those.
They do. We need more feel-good rom-coms.
And this is one that, yes, it's a little older.
Yeah.
It came out in the early 2000s, right?
But that's when all the good...
That was the prime time for rom-coms. Yeah. We need to do at some point a compilation of just we need to recommend all these rom-coms or have a movie night where we watch a bunch of them or something. So good. They're so good. And this is one of those that for my family at least, we watched this a lot. I had a sister and we did. I know. My mom, sister, and we would watch this movie together. And it was one of those ones, it's very funny. They have a big Greek family, and so there's just lots of interesting dynamics in the family as well. But it's such a funny movie. And it's, watching it now, it is a little bit slower paced than I remembered it being when I was younger watching it. But that doesn't take away from the comedy of it. And I feel like it just gives it this comforting rom-com vibe. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was fun watching it because I was like, I actually don't know. I know kind of how it ends, that they end up together and that they have a kid together and,
Surprise.
But it was fun to watch it and to kind of be surprised a little bit along the way. I will say, so I come from a family where my grandparents are from Europe. So my Nana is from Italy, born and raised, and my Papa's from England. And so my mom very much lived that kind of lifestyle that you see there. There are so many moments where you're watching it. And I think this is also why my mom loved it so much too, is because it reminds me of my Nana. Italy, the Mediterranean, it's very similar to that Greek vibe. And that's just how their family is how my Nana was. Like that's like she definitely had that like over the top, like just so passionate, always yelling and always kissing your cheeks and all of that. So watching the movie is definitely like remnants of my childhood with my Nana.
That's so funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my family was not that chaotic, but it was that big. Because I come from a fairly big family. Like my mom's side of the family, her parents were Dutch, and they had a lot of kids, and then like the family just grew from there. And so sometimes I relate to that movie just for the sheer sake of like you can't even keep track of your cousins sometimes. Like
there's too many. And then as soon as your cousins start having kids too, then it's like, what is going on? Where is everybody? Yeah.
So it's very funny to watch it in that regard. Because then you're like, wait, who's this person? And it's like, oh, it's their cousin or whatever. And you're like, wait, what?
I thought you had a different cousin. It's a different cousin. Yeah. Oh, man. So, tell me some of your favorite parts of the movie.
Okay. So favorite parts of the movie. I feel like this is another one of those. We did this with Austenland where it's just like, if you haven't seen this movie, this is our encouragement for you to go watch it. But there's too many favorite parts that I have with this. I quote this movie a lot.
Yes.
One of my favorite parts of this movie is where, so the premise, I guess, just to give you a quick overview, is that there's this woman from a big Greek family. She's getting older and she's unmarried and her parents are getting on her case about it. Her dad especially is like, no one's gonna want you when you're old and married. Her name's Tula.
Yeah.
And she meets a non-Greek man.
Yeah.
And she actually has this whole journey where she decides to kind of go for her career instead of getting married, and she becomes a travel agent. Mm-hmm. And through that, she meets this guy. And he's not Greek, so that poses an issue because her family wants her to marry a Greek Orthodox person. And so they go on this journey where they end up getting engaged, and then the majority of the movie is kind of spent like them planning their wedding and figuring out how to help him convert and the family teasing him about these various different things. But one moment that I love is he's a vegetarian and he's an only child, so the culture shock that he gets from going into this family is insane. But there's this one part where the aunt is like asking him what he wants to eat, and he's saying like, oh, I'm a vegetarian, I can't eat any of this stuff because they prepared all this meat. And then she's like, what does that mean? Like, doesn't understand. And then Tula's like, well, he can't eat meat. She's like, you don't eat no meat. And then she has this freak out about it, and at the end she's like, it's okay, I'll make lamb. I love that part. Oh, that aunt is one of the best parts of the movie.
She has so many good lines. Yeah. I think one of my favorite moments though too is like, you were talking about how he's trying to like adjust to the Greekness and all of that, and you see this moment where she goes to visit his parents and it's like complete silence and, and so quiet, and when you see those moments, there's a few different scenes where it's just his parents and you're just like, oh my goodness, the contrast between the two families is really funny.
Okay, and actually I think one of the reasons I love this movie is because I feel like I can relate to that a little bit.
I thought that when I was watching it.
You did? I did. Okay, because my family...
I didn't want to say it, but you said it, so that's good.
My immediate family, like, I mean, when I was growing up, like, yes, I only have 2 siblings, but there was more people in the house, and it was very loud. We were all just, like, you know, like, a very loud family. The men in my family, they're a little bit quieter when you don't know them as well, but when you know them, they're fairly loud and vocal and, you know, all these things. We're not quiet. There's always TV on. There's always something. People are having multiple conversations. And then my husband's family, polar opposite. Like, I went to one of his family gatherings, and this was when I was a girlfriend, so I was like trying to, you know, make conversation. And I feel like every time I'd ask a question, I just got these weird looks, and I was like, this is so strange. Like, I felt like I was just in a foreign universe. Like, no one was talking, they were just eating. And then after dinner was done, they put on like a CD and everyone was just quiet and sat there, and like no one was, and I was like, oh.
You're like, this is so covering your ears for the silence.
Like, I can't deal with the silence.
Oh man. So has your husband seen this movie?
You know what? I actually don't know.
Because you should show it to him. I bet you he would.
I feel like I've made him watch it before. I've watched it enough times.
Yeah.
I've watched the newer ones because the second and third one only came out like more recently.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly when the second one came out, but
yeah.
We've watched both of those for sure. The first one's not been on any streaming services.
No, I had to rent it.
Yeah.
I feel like, though, because this was something that I didn't realize for the first movie, but it doesn't show a lot of their actual relationship. Like, they kind of do a montage of, like, them getting together, but you never hear them actually converse with each other, really. Like, a little bit, but not a lot in comparison to a lot of other rom-coms where there's, like, things that they have to work through. The main thing of this movie is the family. Yes. And you're seeing the family dynamics.
Yeah.
Whereas in the second one, I think you get to hear a little bit more, like, obviously the family is a big part of it, but you hear a little bit more of their relationship and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was what was surprising to me is I'm like, oh, wow, like, there's hardly any conversation between the two of them. It's all just about the family.
Yeah, and I think the way that they set up the movie, you definitely get the sense, because they do that montage, you get the sense that, like, they're head over heels in love, like, they want to be together. There's just this hurdle that they have to face because her dad especially is so opposed to her marrying a non-Greek man. Mm-hmm. And so that becomes a big plot point, is like, how do we work through this? So a lot of the movie does focus on her and her family, and then even like tidbits about his family and stuff. And not so much their actual relationship, because it's just assumed after a certain point that they love each other, they want to get married, and they don't really go into it a whole lot past that.
Yeah. I also liked, too, though, like, a big green flag for me, they do make it obvious that the guy, I forget what his name is.
Oh, why am I blanking?
Because they never speak each other's names.
Ian.
Oh, okay. Ian.
Yes. I knew I could get there.
Didn't take you long. That was good. So Ian, there was something that he said, I don't even remember what it was exactly, but you get this feel right from the beginning when he meets her that, like, he is very okay with her family being different. Yeah. And, like, he does not shy away from this. Like, he wants to learn about Greek culture, like, from her. He's asking questions, and he's, like, wanting to get to know her. And I feel like that is just such a green flag.
Yes.
Especially in a family where they're trying to see, like, is this a good match? Is it not a good match? Like, and the family is kind of like, you're not Greek, but, like, he's so willing to become Greek. Like, he's so willing to embrace the culture, which it's just so sweet.
Okay, and like, talk about a green flag movie boyfriend. Like, that, he is one of the top ones from that era, especially.
Yes.
Like, he's such a green flag.
Okay, but also that actor. Let's just talk about the actor. Because he has been in a lot of other stuff, but most recently I've seen him in To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I had to look that up. Because I've only just seen it referred as, like, To All the Boys. That's like, it's just like
there's multiple movies now, and the second one just goes off from there, and the third one does too. So.
Anyways, but he plays the dad in that one, and he does a really good job. Have you seen those movies?
I've only seen the first two.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I've only watched them each once, so it was a while ago now.
Yeah. I love those movies.
Yeah.
I've seen them multiple times, probably at least once a year. But he plays a really cute character in it where he's, like, playing the dad, and I enjoy his acting. Like, he's just so genuine when he's acting that then you really feel his character. So watching this, I was like, oh yeah, him. I forgot he was in this movie, but he's
in another movie called Raising Helen. Have you seen that one?
Oh yes, I have, but it's been very long.
That one, it's kind of sad, but it's a good story too. He's great in that movie as well.
I feel like he's in other ones.
Yeah, he's in a handful of things, but
yeah. Anyways, he's a good actor. I liked his character.
Yeah. And in this movie specifically, he just emanates everything you could possibly want. He's very so understanding. He's so patient. He's so loving toward her, and just, like, willing to do so many things, jump through so many hoops to be with her.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that she's a red flag. I think it's just that family dynamic that she can't get around, right? Like, she doesn't want to have this hurdle in their relationship, but they're trying to work through it the best they can. And honestly, some guys would probably just be like, nah, this is more work than it's worth, and I'm not going to stay.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, I want to be with you, and this means that I am going to do what I can.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I feel like he approaches it really good too.
Yeah.
Like it never bothers him. Like he's just always very understanding. When yeah, you're right. He could be very like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah,
like they don't understand that I'm a vegetarian. Like
yeah.
But
he's so gracious in all those moments where their family could have totally thrown him for a loop, and he just is never shaken. He's like he's a very solid partner for her. Yeah.
It's just
we're just like swooning.
It's just we are. He just gives like it's just a very heartwarming movie, and I think kind of like Austin Land and Pride and Prejudice as well. We talked about those ones just making you feel like home, and this one, watching it again, I was just like, oh yeah, this just makes me feel like home.
It really does.
Yeah.
Another part that's one of my favorites is it's the aunt again. She's telling, I think it's Ian's parents. They come to this big Greek family gathering, and they're so overwhelmed. They're like out of place, right? And the aunt goes up to them and she's telling them this story about she had a lump on herself that inside the lump was her twin. They had a biopsy. Like it's so, that whole scene, it's so chaotic. It's so funny.
Goodness, yes.
And honestly, like everything the aunt says is just, I laugh so hard.
Yeah.
And then the dad honestly has some really funny moments too, where he's like, give me any word and I'll show you how the root of that word is Greek.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, and also like the big thing too that everybody always says is put Windex on.
Yes,
like for whatever it is. And the big thing on the wedding day was that they both end up getting these zits.
Yes. She has cover up on, and she's like, they're in the limo after they get married. She's pointing it out to him, and he goes, wait, I had one too.
But he put Windex on it, so it disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so funny. Yeah, I love it. Go watch it.
Yeah. And I think she's a big green flag too, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just, I feel like the family gives off red flags in a lot of ways. Like her cousins even are just like, they don't know what they're doing with their lives. They're really chaotic.
Yeah.
But she is a green flag woman. She goes after what she wants.
Yeah.
She goes against her family's wishes to go to school and study, and she got made fun of as a kid for all these different things for being Greek, basically. And then she works through all of that. She goes to school, she gets a good job, she meets a good guy, and then her family just puts up this wall of like, well, you can't marry him. He's not Greek. Yeah. But the two of them together are just such a green flag relationship. Like I love everything about it.
She's also very shy. Like, and that's kind of also where I say they really don't say a lot throughout the movie, because she's a very shy character, and a lot of it you're just seeing through body language. But I feel like that is not necessarily represented in a lot of movies. Like, I feel like a lot of movies are just honing in on like the very outspoken kind of characters, which is fine. There's lots of different people around there, but you don't see that very often where it's a shy character going after what they want, right? Yeah. Like to see that where she is very internally, you can see the struggle she has in every conversation, and it's just it's kind of nice to see that represented too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, because as you were saying that, I was thinking back to some of those, like even the 2000s rom-coms. There's a lot of really passionate, fiery women who are like, you know, so kind of in your face, not in a bad way, but just very upfront, very direct, very outgoing, right? All of those
going
kinds
after
of things.
what they want.
Yeah, and very driven, but you don't often see that portrayed in like in a timid, shyer person. But just because she's timid doesn't mean she lets that hold her back from doing things or even finding love, right? And it's not a hindrance to their relationship in any way too, right? Because sometimes they portray that type of personality in media as very negative. It's like, oh, if you're shy, you're missing out. You're right. There's lots of things where the media is just pushing this agenda where like that's not the type of woman you should be, and that's just not true.
We need to see all different personality types.
And that's why we've talked about people we meet on vacation as well. And that's one of those ones where, you know, she's kind of messier woman. She's kind of like doesn't know. She's kind of directionless, right? And it's good to see varying women in these roles because that's important, right? It's nice to see someone and be like, oh, okay, because not everyone connects with those women who are like, I'm thinking of the girl from, I can't remember the actress's name, but 10 Things I Hate About You.
Kate Hudson. Yeah.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, right.
But that's another one. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is Kate Hudson.
What's the...
Julia Stiles?
Yes.
Possibly? Yes. But even those two women are such a good example of like the fiery, hot-headed, like, I know what I want, you're not it kind of thing. And it's just like, that's not everyone. No. Yeah. Whereas Tula is just, she's a very average girl.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I love it too. Yeah. It made it cool to see the movie because then you just kind of know, oh, like this is just a relationship that works. And you know that right away just because of how they act together.
And I've been seeing a lot of videos that will go over these couples and be like rom-com couples that are no longer together. Or, right, like after the movie, we even talked about that with people we meet on vacation. We're like, are they still together? Yeah. They're definitely still together.
Yes.
They're in it for the long haul.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, there's multiple movies to support the evidence of that. But
there's evidence.
Yes.
But I think it's just like, it goes to show right from the beginning too, if you're willing to like accept sometimes the chaos that like life brings, because life is not perfect. Like there's going to be ups and downs. And I feel like that's how they both kind of approach. They're like, oh man, like how's this going to go with merging families? Like this might not go well. But they're like, we've got each other's back. We're supporting each other.
They do it together.
Yes. And I think because they had that from the beginning, it's like they're a team together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely have a team vibe. And I love that too, because I think oftentimes couples that are shown in rom-coms and stuff, they have these very opposing personalities. They're very polar opposite, right? And you show them like getting together, and sometimes it doesn't make sense, right? You watch these couples and it could be a good movie, but you end it and you don't really feel convinced that that's gonna turn into anything, right?
Me, most of the time.
Yes. But this is one of those couples where you just see them and you're like, they're similar, they understand each other, and they're a perfect team. Like they are exactly what the other person needs, but they also just understand one another so well. And then you see that in future movies as well. Yeah. When stuff's happening with their daughter. I think in the second movie, she's in high school trying to figure out where she wants to go to school. And they just are a united front. And it's like, you don't often see that, especially, I don't know, parents of teenagers are painted a certain way in movies and TV as well. Yeah. And they're just such a unique pairing. Yeah. And I love them. I love them. The third movie, people have a lot of opinions about. I actually didn't mind it. It wasn't my favorite. Like, I would much prefer the first over all of them. The second one's pretty good too, but then the third one's like, might watch it occasionally, but not one I would go back to a lot. But regardless, their relationship is stable and consistent through the whole thing.
Yeah. You can see that consistency. Yeah. I loved it.
Loved it.
I don't think there's any green flags or red flags.
Red flags for the two of them? Definitely not. No.
All green flags.
All green flags.
This is like Pride and Prejudice all over again. Like, yeah. No, I think make more characters with green flags, people. Come on. We need more green flags.
I think people just like being controversial. Actually, when we had your brother on the podcast, he was joking beforehand that he was like, I'm going to say controversial things because that's what gets the word out there. People watch that. And we're like, well, honestly, this movie is proof that sometimes the green flag behavior is the draw-in.
Yes. I agree.
We need more of that.
We need more of that. Man.
Yeah. If you are a screenwriter, please take this movie, this couple, as your inspiration.
Or if you want to become a screenwriter, just, start writing more green flag stuff. That's a good idea. Yeah. Here we are, just encouraging the younger generation to go out, make more movies.
We sound so old when you say that. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Oh man. Okay, well anyways, go and watch this movie for sure. Yeah. And it's a good one. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Any other thoughts? I'm trying to remember because there's okay. No, I have to say this. One of my favorite parts of the movie is this is just a funny thing that happens. But when she first meets him, she's working at this travel agency and she's sitting at her desk and she has this view out to the window and there's this big window on the street that like there's a sidewalk in front of. And so he starts walking past and he sees her and then he walks by again the other way.
Does a double take, yeah.
And then kind of keeps doing that and is being funny, like, but then he runs into this old lady, first of all, and she, like, beats him with her purse, which is hilarious. But then he walks into the store after this.
Yeah.
And she gets up to talk to him, but she's still connected to her headset. Because back in the early 2000s, you were connected to everything, so you had no wireless, nothing. And so she's got this headset on that's connected to her computer, and she stands up to go talk to him, and she goes, and like gets flung backwards. And it's
like
just,
falls. Yeah. Like just
falls.
actually falls. Yeah.
And then he goes and like sits with her. It's so funny. It's such a good meet cute too. It's such a great moment. Yeah. And that is like, I don't know. I feel like lots of movies nowadays, they just miss those moments.
They miss it. And also because it just happened one random day, one random sidewalk, one random window. Yeah. Like, you know, those movies back in the day, again, feeling so old, but like how they would make those meet cute moments. Yeah. They were so cute because it made you feel like it's anywhere. Like at any time, any moment.
You can meet someone anywhere doing the most mundane, normal things and it can still be cute.
You can fall backwards.
You can embarrass yourself.
Choke yourself, embarrass yourself.
It won't matter to the right person.
It won't matter.
If you're a green flag, if the person is a green flag, you can embarrass yourself all you want and they're never going to care.
Your green flag will shine through.
And so will theirs. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, so cheesy.
So cheesy.
I think sometimes people think like, oh, these are just so cheesy, but
I know.
I love it.
I love a good cheesy rom-com.
I love it,
though.
yeah.
Some people hate the cheese. I love the cheese. Even though you're lactose intolerant. You love the cheese.
The lactose-free cheese. Oh, yikes.
I wouldn't describe these relationships as lactose-free cheese. They're the full thing. They're the real deal.
Okay, I think this is too late. Our thoughts are too chaotic.
No, it's great.
Lactose-free cheese. Wow. Anyways. Wow. Okay, what was your fave of the week?
Fave of the week. I had one in my brain and then I lost it. No, I remembered it. That was quick. Anyways, they released the trailer for the new adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Mm-hmm. I don't know if, the fave of the week is a strong way of putting this. I'm skeptical about this new version of it. However, I am excited to see what they do with it. And the trailer kind of gave that whimsy of the 2005 version. Yeah. So we talked about this. If you didn't watch that episode, we both prefer the 2005 version over the BBC version, which is not a popular opinion, apparently. But I think the trailer kind of gave that same whimsical...
It gave the vibe, but Mr. Darcy...
Yeah.
Mr. Darcy's not Mr. Darcy. And
He's blonde.
I've seen lots of thoughts. That was not my thought. He's old.
Okay. Yeah, that too.
I felt like the actor pairing in the 2005 version was so well matched with age. Because yes, obviously in those days he's older. Yeah. But he still had that look that like... Yeah. It just gave a vibe that it was still a good match.
I have a feeling though this is going to give more so the vibe of Sense and Sensibility. Yeah. Where like she ends up with a significantly older man, right? Yeah. I think this is going to give that vibe. Probably. But that doesn't mean it's...
I liked Sense and Sensibility. I know you didn't like it, but
no, it's not that I didn't like it.
I think I'm just curious how that Mr. Darcy's going to play it. Yeah. Because Mr. Darcy makes
or breaks it. Yeah. Yeah, which is why both of us, I think, preferred the 2005 one. Also, I think it was just a little more in our time.
Yeah, maybe. It was more relevant to us.
More relevant.
Yeah. I think there is, like, some nostalgia, too, like, that comes with some of those movies where they're your favorite because of when they came out and when you watched them and growing up with them. And
I also have been wondering, like, why they even needed to make a remake.
I know, I didn't even know that was a thing.
We'll consider that my fave of the week because I can't think of anything else, so...
Interesting.
What about you?
My fave of the week is gonna be Paradise.
Oh no! Did you watch the? Okay.
Okay, just wait. I still have not watched episode 4. Have you watched it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so don't say anything.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say anything, but season 2 has been so good so far. The first 3 episodes, they dumped those ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had to wait a whole week.
Yeah, it's out already.
And it's out, the fourth one. And I need to watch it. I just remembered. Literally, as we were talking, I was like, I did not watch the fourth one. But Paradise has been so good. I know we've talked about it.
It's been my fave of the week before, and it's so good.
If you have not watched Paradise, go and watch Paradise.
Yeah, I mean, season 2 is still coming out week to week, so...
But season 1
is so good.
And they have kept up the momentum with season 2.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things. Yeah. The way that you're looking makes me nervous.
It should.
I won't say anything. Okay, anyways, that's my fave.
If you've watched Paradise, let us know, because... let us know what you think, because honestly, we love it, but...
We love it so much.
I haven't met anyone who hasn't liked it, actually.
Yeah.
Everyone who I know who has watched it has really enjoyed it.
My brother, because for some reason my mother said that it was the same as Severance, and I was like, no, it's not the same as Severance. Severance is a whole nother category of
watch that.
Movies or TV shows.
Yeah.
You need to watch that.
That's on Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have Apple TV.
I know. Get the month free and just binge it.
That's what we did when Ted Lasso season 3 came out.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. There you go. Do it again.
Do it again.
After a certain amount of time, it reboots where you can get another free month.
I'll have to look into that.
But yeah, Paradise, so good. And then, my brother was like, this isn't the same as Severance. And I'm like, no, who told you that? And he's like, Mom did. Sorry, I'm just like ratting out my family. But anyways. No, Paradise is good. Yeah. I love it. Millie, what was your fave of the week?
Yeah. She's like, I don't know.
Do you have a fave of the week? What was your
The popcorn you stole from me earlier?
Oh, yeah, the popcorn. Peeing on my carpet? Was that your favorite?
Oh, my goodness.
Interesting.
Oh. Okay, well, to summarize this very chaotic episode... Again. Watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Yeah. If you have not. Yeah. Because that movie is top tier rom-com.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you're wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're silently judging over here if it's and watch Paradise.
All right,
we'll see.
Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow and like and share. All things.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode.
Please like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to leave us a review.
Share your comments on today's episode.
And join us next time for another episode of Banquet Breakdown.